We recording?
We are, in fact, recording. Hello, friends. We are back with some more Exocolonist. Once again, it's been a
Sweet.
while since I've actually played this game, so I'm going to have to refamiliarize myself with where the hell we are. And of course, with me, as always, my wonderful partner, OneSilverKey.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Oh.
I saw a dialogue up here.
Yeah. Hot.
Shooting the breeze with Cal. In the shadow of the geoponic stone when he leans over and waves at someone over your shoulder. Perk. He's a heavy-set adult with tattoos sprawling up his arms that make him look like he's made of marble. He holds out a stack of tiffins wrapped in sash. Hey, you two, Seth and I were testing out recipes. We ended up making too much. Figured I'd run some lunch over to you. Love that. That's awesome.
I think that's one of his dad's.
Rice is in the second one and a little something sweet in the third. A romantic picnic or something. Interesting. Yeah, definitely trying to set your son up. Very, very parent thing to do. Having 4 parents is the best. Cal's mom, Auntie Tira, is in a relationship with 3 other colonists. Perk's the newest member of his family, but even then, they have all been together for a while. Cal's always been surrounded by a lot of love at home. Gotta shout out the pro poly stance here. Gotta love it. Especially now that things are so expensive. Having more people to help take care of kids can't be a bad thing. Sometimes I wonder if I'd want to date that many people like my mom does. Like, finding one person who wants to date you and having courage to ask them is already hard enough. That's a big mood. My palms are sweating just thinking about it.
You can do a flirt. You can. I'm just saying.
I
I
can do a flirt, but once again, the whole thing with tangent. I didn't mean that, but I did not mean it either.
Aw, he was trying real hard to do a flirt with you, and you were like, "Nah, I'm seeing someone." Sorry.
No, I did the flirt back.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, I did the flirt back.
I looked away for half a second when you did a select.
Okay, first off, are we in a new month? Hugs time. Also, do I have more wood right now? I do.
Hell yeah, smooch the dog boy.
Nomi. Do I know what Nomi likes? Crystal
He
clusters.
likes crystal clusters.
Enjoy. It makes rainbows. It's perfect. That makes sense. And you know who
I love her
else
so
likes
much.
crystals?
I love her so much. She's wonderful. Unrelated. Martha's hot.
She does rock this outfit and this hairstyle.
I also really like the multicolor locks. I think those are excellent.
Yeah.
I think they look great on her.
Also, Cal likes to eat things, right? That's his deal.
I'm also digging like the stripy braids that he's got going on as well.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of
cute.
good fashion sense in this colony.
Look, I deeply, desperately want to cosplay this game.
I don't disagree. Like, oh,
It's
fucking
like even Vase's outfit is also a banger. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't have a thing for you right now anyway, so fuck off. Okay. Let's see. I believe Sim's probably outside, yeah? That's not outside. Oh, it is outside. I know what I'm doing, I promise. Medicinal roots and, of course, strange devices. I do have a medicinal root. There you go.
I love the rainbow, like the oil slick vibes going on with I like the hair, okay? I'm looking at dyeing mine. I'm still thinking about going mint.
Okay,
I
so
just need
where
to
are we
find
at? We're at 59 stress, so going outside is
59
probably
stress.
not the thing to do right now. We've got 152 kudos.
I mean,
We are
you could
coming
go
up.
outside
We're coming up.
because you have the physical stat up right now.
That's true.
I
And I also have an awful lot of stress reducing stuff on me right now, if I remember right.
Yeah, you
Just real
should check
quick.
those.
Plus
You're
5. Yeah,
also
3 less stress because of the hop eye.
you're also really close to leveling up on toughness and empathy.
Toughness and empathy both. Yeah, I agree.
So those are like if you can find a way to target those, that's what I would be doing.
Empathy is usually taking classes or something like that.
Right now, I think you only have access to taking classes. But going out and going for that toughness, you might be able to get some more mushwood logs as well.
Also true. I do need more of those. I think I just gave him my last one. Hi, Nem. How's it going? I don't really want to talk about you and Vase. But I do want to remind myself, Xeno eggs. Do I have a Xeno egg? I do. There you go. You're still my friend. I think you're making bad decisions, but I
Click on
love you
her real
anyway.
quick. Wait, go to your I want to see where she's at. Click on her directly. We almost have her at 100%.
We're at 95. Like I said, I don't necessarily support her current decisions, but I love her anyway.
Yeah.
Tangent.
Tan.
You like the medicinal roots and the yellow flowers. I hope you find it useful. Where am I at with Tangent? At 88, so
Pretty
we're getting
solid.
there as well.
Yeah. Do you have any time to spare since you're dating her?
Yeah, that's a stress reducer, right?
It's a stress reducer because you go and fuck.
If you provide me with sufficient motivation.
Look, I think it is very funny how transactional your relationship with her is. She's so autistic.
This is hardly motivation. I don't need to sleep as you do. Oh, you mean for the purposes of copulation. Why didn't you say so?
I love her so much. I did romance Tangent in my absolute first roleplay too. Hey, mushwood log.
Wait. Yeah, I even hear the thing. I just wasn't paying attention. That's
Oh, is
fair.
it chiming for you? That's fun.
Yeah, because of the perception thing.
Nice.
Okay, so helping in the kitchens gives some empathy.
Yeah.
How much do I actually need? I need the 7?
You need a lot.
I
You
mean,
need to- you need
toughness, I only
7.
need 2. So I think you're
Yeah.
right. I think going out's probably the right way to go.
And-
Especially now
like,
that I've
you know,
gotten the
you-
stress reduction.
Yeah, and you might be able to hit up and get your combat higher as well if you're really looking for it,
Since I did de-equip the thingy.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick.
we should look at them before they...
Yeah. Perception. Forage in the Valley is perception on biology. Survey. None of these have toughness.
None of them have toughness, but that's because
directly.
those are the base stats, right?
Right.
I would suggest maybe doing Survey the Ridge.
All events have respawned, yeah. All events have respawned on all of them.
Yes, it's a new year, a new season.
I already have perception at the maximum. But
you
my
can use the
engineering is
engineering.
my engineering is getting pretty close. So yeah, I agree. Survey the Ridge is the way to go. No Utopia this time.
No, Utopia's further along.
Let's start with items, as usual.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth it, and those are the things that Vase likes. So if you intend to,
Yeah, don't remind me.
look, I'm just saying is that if you want to get the Vase ending, like the good Vase ending, which is it's mediocre, but like it's the only one that gets him to stop being kind of an asshole 98% of the time.
Okay, so I hit that loop already, right? Yeah, but I think I've already pissed him off enough to where I'm pretty sure that ship has sailed. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Hey, how's it going, Utopia?
You've got time. So she is technically a boss event in this right now. Technically.
Yeah.
The idea is if you've done a lot of stuff in this area, you get like experiencing events and whatnot. You can talk to her and like tell people about what you've explored, and it's a way to get money.
We're gonna talk to Vampire Guy too in a second.
He's not a vampire.
I know, but he's got that
He's
aesthetic. He's got the aesthetic, and you
he's
can't deny it.
he looks like a weird flower.
I mean, he kind of is a weird flower.
He is a weird flower. That is correct. Yes.
Nice, multiple strange devices.
Love an extra strange device.
I forgot
They're
how
strange.
big this place is. I'm gonna try to figure out. I bet I can make my way back. Maybe. Look at all these items. Excellent. Okay.
Look at all them items. Is there a event up in that corner?
Probably.
Well,
No.
that's normally where the
This
boss
is normally
event
where
is.
it did say all events had respawned, but maybe that's Utopia this time around.
Possibly.
All right, we're gonna go talk to what's his name.
Sim.
Sim. I thought it was Sim,
Yeah.
but I didn't say it because I didn't want to be wrong. Hi, Sim.
Well, you know.
Well, 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 if it isn't the little human. Have you come to visit me, Sugarbug? But it's an alien ghost.
Sim's dead. Who the hell are you?
And, like, I like the idea of Soul saying this, but more in a, like, almost sarcastic way or mocking way.
I feel
Because, like,
it's
I
not
never
gonna
thought for a
be.
single second that this dude was dead. Not for one moment did I think this dude was dead. So I'm
That is
going to
what
go
you
with it's an
do.
alien ghost, but I am intending it as sarcasm.
Oh yeah, no, it was taken as sarcasm. I think.
If you did witness my death, I apologize. I imagine I didn't enjoy it much either. I guess I'm happy you're alive? I wish everyone felt that way. One of my associates seems to feel
Wow.
otherwise. One of the other gardeners, Noctilucent. Is that the one that I talked to?
Yes.
They really don't care for you humans, I'm afraid, and they're aware I've taken an interest in you.
Yeah, it's the one that was like, "Oh, you're a friend of the like what like he called Sim like something like a problem, like or something."
Oh, that's
like
right.
a
It was something
need.
like that. You're treading
Yeah.
dangerous water by hunting the animals. They're becoming absolutely insufferable about it, and soon I won't be able to talk them down from taking matters into their own hands. Take that warning with the candor with which it was intended, hmm?
Please stop hunting things.
Yeah, and I do agree. So we're like, no, hold on. You got to tell me something at this point. He looks like a stretched out version of the Count from Sesame Street. That's what he looks like. He's got the face. He's got the color of his skin. He looks like the Count. I'm expecting him to start like counting things.
Oh gosh, all I can think of is one D&D game that I watched where the character was like, "No, I'm the daughter of the Count from Sesame Street and Catherine Zeta-Jones."
I am a gardener. I was created to be a gardener. I imagine I will be one until my services are no longer required. Humanity is so concerned with purpose. Is it because, or it is because you were not created for one and you spend the entirety of your short lives under the impression that you need one? The
Ooh.
concept of someone having a purpose must be seductive. Okay.
Okay, like hold up. I
I'm
need to
not-
have a moment there.
I'm not entirely sure that he's wrong.
I feel like I just got stabbed. Give me a second. Wow.
My existence is simple. I act in the ways for which I was created, which includes being creepy towards colonist teenagers, apparently.
I think it's more of he's like, what's wrong? Like it's the. I feel like as a gardener, he has an interest in the humans the way that some people have interests in bugs.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like, what are you want to crawl on me? Okay. Go for it, little guy.
That is not an interesting answer for an individualistic species as yourselves, I'm aware. Perhaps we both must accept that it may be beyond the human capacity to comprehend. And
Valid.
are you really Sim? I mean, yes. It's totally understandable to me. I don't need your explanation, really. But he's gonna keep talking about it anyway.
Well, yeah.
Yes, I'm the one saying you've said too much, Sim. I don't care about your biology. I mean, I do, but, like, it's fine.
Well, I mean, your character is a
A
is
biologist.
a
That's fair. Who
xenobiologist, right?
has, to be fair, also come face to face with another gardener. So,
That is not as humanoid. Humanish enough so that you could. Did you go to the side there?
this side over here?
Yeah.
I hadn't. Flower,
Yellow flares.
crystal.
Um, yeah, like as like your character is a xenobiologist.
That's fair.
And so it's like the fact that Sim is like, hey, you kind of want to know about my biology, and you're like, not really, but like in character, you're like, actually, that is exactly my shit, though.
And Dis is here. Dis is sunning himself. I agree with the iridescent pattern in his hair. Very nice.
It's rad as shit, actually.
Oh, you
I know how to get that done in real life, and I am debating it.
you absolutely should. It would totally work. Oh, you found it too, huh? You feel it, right? Like you just feel happy here? That's why I haven't told anyone about this place. That's fair and understandable. It's how they get you, you
Honestly,
know. Once they know you love something, they can use it to control you. Who's they in this case? I'm just curious as to which they Dis is talking about.
I think he's talking about the colony.
You know, people, the world, life. I like this place because it feels like it's somewhere where I'm not just a cog in a machine, you know? You're gonna keep it secret though, right? I don't want this place dug up and studied, it'll ruin it. People always ruin things, especially researchers. Some things you don't need to understand. You know that
But are you
I'm
talking?
a researcher, but that, okay, it is our secret. You haven't steered me wrong yet. You do take a few
Ooh.
readings though, just because, so I did get an engineering. All data is important. You mark down the location, but fudge the coordinates so anyone they send out afterwards will get lost. You wonder if the rock is natural. Animals seem to really like it. As you're taking readings, you watch a swarm of Dorb's moth basking in the rock as well, just like Dis. And I get minus 20 stress because
Oh yeah.
this is obviously a very nice little resting
And
spot.
a lot of Dis's interactions are like, "Hey, you should go jump in a fucking river, whether that's your vibe or not." And also, you want to just like chill here on at the edge of the woods.
You're getting thirsty, you feel for your backup canteen, but it's missing! Somehow you lost it since you left this morning and you're all out of drinking water. Well, we're obviously
Yeah.
going to look for water. That went up. Oh, because of the dad's love. Got it.
Yeah. Releasing endorphins, and it's a picture of Tangent.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we
No,
just
no, I
did,
just it's
right?
funny because you can get that card in other runs where you're not romancing Tangent actively.
I'm not really putting a lot of effort into this one.
You're just gonna win it, right?
Yeah. 5, 5, 5,
5-5?
5, 5. Still not the best, though. Could have gotten 48. Okay, plus 3 perception, which is over. But I do get. Yeah, it's just perception. Minus 10 stress, though. I am doing great.
You're doing great stress-wise.
Because again, like, that was only plus 7 stress because I'm getting minus 8 stress. So that
Yeah.
15, like, I can do all of these probably. This
You're
is
doing
why the
pretty
later.
good.
This is why the later videos are becoming longer and requiring 2 videos per year.
Because we're just digging around in the woods.
Because yeah, I mean the whole thing is the stress is what keeps me from. No, that's I hate those.
Which ones? Oh, the minus to neighboring cards?
Yeah, it. You know, I tend to go for straights. I don't have to, but I do get a plus 5 bonus to them. I do get a plus 3 to pairs as well, though. So, for example, 4, 4, 4. That's going to add 2, so it's not actually going to be a 4. Although, I could make them all 6s. Again, why am I overthinking this?
Because there's a part of you that's like, I want to be the very best.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You can't tell me I'm wrong. I'm incredibly correct all of the time. I've never been wrong in my life. You could move the 4 in one and then put
And then
any
put
blue
another
there.
4 in, yeah.
No, or you could put a blue there and it would make it a like a 32 or something. It's not gonna go that high. It's 10.
It's fine. Could have gotten 47. But again,
Yeah,
it's all just perception.
it's all
You
numbers.
look it up on your holopalm. It's a mask wing, named because when it's frightened, it opens its wings and looks like a grimacing manticore. But apparently
That's
they eat a
fine.
lot. In the distance, you see a haze above the ground. It's the locusts. Each one bigger than your fist. These insectoids can eat their weight in under an hour. There are millions of them, and they'll be here soon. Okay,
Terrifying.
gotta go.
Fine.
You come back to
I
this place later in the
hate it.
week. What foliage there had been is now stripped bare. The only thing standing are crystals. Little bit worried that I would have been maybe not even a skeleton if I had stayed. Okay, so we've got one of the thumpers. We already know this thing, right? But it's an engineering challenge, and I do need engineering.
Yes.
I gotta use the mom one because then I get the extra skill on the win.
Gotta use the mom one. If you can find it. Wait, do you have it in there?
I just played it.
Oh. God dang. Hell yeah.
Wow, 50 was a possibility there. Okay, so 3 engineering
know.
brings me up to 58. You find more scraps of convergent domain writing and technology. You document everything and bring it back to Utopia. Speaking of Utopia, we should be getting pretty there. There we are. My direction sense is not getting better, but it's not getting worse.
actively.
Utopia has sent a team of geologists to get a closer look at the region's weird terrain. You come across them working, and Utopia beckons you over. Selene, she says, drawing everyone's attention to you. Selene, come here. Selene's been working in this area for a while, and I'm sure they've got plenty of information on what's out here. They politely turn towards you and listen. I did not sign up for this. I did not expect to be giving a lecture.
I did. I knew this.
Here's what we got so far, Utopia says. Judging from how the layers of sedimentation are broken up, this place used to be pretty flat, for that must have been a ton of earthquake activity, ripping up the land and bringing up these huge ridges. We can date the quakes around the time a lot of the ruins were created, and we're looking, but we haven't seen anything built after them. It's like that was it for the old convergent domain. These broken up layers are the same across the planet. Something sure happened about 20,000 years ago. Okay, well, I know about this obsidian layer thing. You explain that below the sands there's a thick layer of the dark silica crystal obsidian stuff the convergent domain used. Utopia nods. Right, you can see it in the striations, yeah? It's one of the major landmarks in the geological timeline. Obsidian and earthquakes are both associated with volcanoes, but there are no volcanoes here, not even a fault line. It's just not natural. And then we'll talk about the array, which is where we learned an awful lot about this planet. The what now? I ain't never heard of that. You explain that the convergent domain had this huge computer network, and some of it is still running. It was used to study and maintain the planet. It might even be dangerous.
Yes.
I'm not going to mention Sim, obviously.
You get a delusions card if you do, though.
I'm not one to throw out a theory, but that's pretty far-fetched, Selene. All we've seen are ruins. Well, if that's true, maybe something went wrong with this array and it overloaded all the solar crystals. That level of cataclysmic disaster is the sort of thing that might end, or what might end a civilization. All right, no, I'm not going to mention Sim. Obviously. Help them work. You set up a drone
you
hive.
got a bunch of engineering out of that.
Yeah, I did absolutely get, like, another one now as well, so...
I think you got a total of 2 or 3. And then, like, if you do more, like, exploration events and stuff, I think there's a total of 5 things that you can tell them, or 4 things that you can tell them. And you can get, the kudos for all of those.
I just got my dilly pillar. I just climbed up and down this time instead of following it along.
Riding it like
A very hot wind, lethally hot. The ridges are already baking, but all of a sudden it feels like you're trapped in a nuclear reactor. Your skin dries out and your lips begin to crack. I hate that. I hate everything about that. You take
yeah,
careful
they sure did
readings
describe that.
from a distance, triangulate them, and discover the source of the wind, a red sports ball-sized crystal emanator hidden in a small crevice. When you smash it, it doesn't shatter like crystal, but almost looks as if it had been organic. Was it some kind of defensive barrier? Yet another weird mystery of these ridges. Didn't really get anything for that one, which is fine. Radiation warning, but I already know. I've got the radiation thing, so I can neutralize it.
Neutralize the radiation.
Yeah, no problem. And then we're back to the beginning.
I think you hit everything too,
I'm
right?
pretty sure I hit... there might have been 1 or 2 things that I didn't loop around to, but I think I'm ready to head back.
Yeah. Yeah, go home now. Are you sure you don't want to keep exploring? You're not exhausted to death.
2 more engineering.
So close.
And still 7 more empathy.
Yeah.
You roll out of bed at noon because you're allowed, because it's your birthday, but also because you're exhausted. You barely slept at all last night. You've been having these nightmares since the siege, more and more every night, like they're trying to tell you something urgent. You can't make any sense of it. All the imagery is jumbled together, all these possibilities and timelines and things that might happen. Some nights you wake up in a cold sweat, a scream already in your throat. Been there, Soul. Soul does not look happy right now, by the way.
Soul is not in a good spot mentally.
You sit on the edge of your bed, run a hand through your hair, and check your hollow palm. A few people wished you happy birthday, but that's all. You guess you're getting older. Birthdays aren't as important as they used to be. Right, and Mars wants to meet you for lunch in the lounge today. You'll have to practice your smile. As you enter the lounge, surprise! You do your very best to play along and act surprised. Woo, streamers, balloons, great. Yeah, Soul is not in a good place right now, and that's fair.
Soul's like, I knew this was coming and I would like to take a nap. Thank you.
All of your friends are standing around wearing goofy hats and clapping. Nomi is holding a bunch of balloons larger than they are, and Rex is wearing a cute little waiter's outfit with a bow tie. No fair not picturing that.
Yeah, it kind
No
of feels
fair.
rude that they didn't get to show us the hot boy in the hot boy outfit.
You accept their hugs and birthday wishes, trying to hide your exhaustion and demurring with a few pointed, all this for me, you shouldn't have, no really. I feel like they'd understand. Like, Soul's been struggling with mental and emotional health for, coming up on 10 years now. Rex wanders around with
Ever
a tray.
since that one death.
Right. Full of little snacks, offering them to everyone with a vampy accent and a silly airheaded giggle. The goofball act chips away at the natural awkwardness of a surprise party, that is, the first 5 minutes after everyone shouts surprise, and soon everyone is laughing and enjoying themselves. Despite your exhaustion, you start to smile too. Your friends are so amazing and they're all here because they care about you. Yeah, it's a good reminder. Then you get some unexpected guests. The lounge begins to fill with Helio kids, mostly ones you don't know, the ones who usually keep to themselves and, well, don't much like you original stratospheric kids. Vase and Nem are with them, his arm draped over her shoulders. Nem gives you a little wage of acknowledgement for your birthday, which earns a weird look from Vase. Fuck that guy. Hey, who invited you guys? This is a private party. Are we gonna get a fight here? It's a public lounge. We can sit wherever we want, which is true. You guys think that just because you fell out of the sky, you're the wormhole's gift to Vertumna. We don't need you. We never needed you. All you do is make things worse. Like this party. You're just a bunch of fascists, you and Lum. Oof.
All them out.
So I definitely do not have enough friendship to get Vase involved in this. Fight,
Do you
no.
want to get? You could get Nem to stop them, but it might make them. It might make her.
Before someone a bottle breaking. Okay, so now I'm definitely gonna get in here and stop this. But I do wonder, in a one-on-one, I'm pretty sure Vase would win. Cal's got that strong man, he's very tough, he's very big, but Vase has literally been training in hand-to-hand combat since he was a toddler, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Vase knows how to fight people who are bigger than him. Yeah, look at that. I've got 1.5 hearts with Vase. It's not happening. Nem, please. Hey, come on, guys, cut it out. It's Selene's birthday. Don't make a big thing. You provoked them on purpose. Wow, she's not happy. I'm not your friend anymore. Don't ask me to stick up for you if you're being an asshole. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, that was enough excitement, I think. Let's move on to the important part, cake and presents. Mars, very good at deflecting and
She has a diplomat's heart.
yeah, social graces are her bread and butter, right? At least in a situation like this.
You know what her modification is?
I don't believe I've learned her modification. No, we'll see if I get there in this run.
If I remember correctly, I told her once you figure it out, you'll be like, "Oh, that makes a lot of fucking sense."
Get into a debate. I don't have any persuasion at all.
You're like, "I am not a persuasive person."
No. I definitely went with Egghead this time around.
Yeah, very, very solid egghead vibes.
Okay, so first off, hi Tangent. I want to break up with you. No, I don't. Oh, what do I need for the other things though? Reasoning 40, which is another thing that I've been doing okay on. I got
You're
it
doing
33.
okay. You're close.
Yeah, I can figure something out. Okay. Engineering is all studying. My engineering could, but I can do engineering by adventuring as well.
Yeah.
I do think I want to try creativity, persuasion. The only empathy that I've seen, tutor children is +1 empathy.
Yeah. The other one, I think you need the barmaid already.
Download data for Sim. Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot. Sim asked me for data on human culture, television shows, music, books, things like that. You have unlimited access to Congruence's media archives, but for Sim it will be a bit more complicated. You need to find a physical storage unit with enough memories. Yeah, I'm gonna grab one, absolutely. The robot workshop would be a good place to look. You sneak in, nobody around. You rummage around until you find what looks like a portable hollow unit in a drawer, then find a port in the wall to plug it into. An interface pops up with options to copy data onto the tiny drive. Perfect. I worry we're about to get caught. Here we go. You start by carefully copying your very favorite vids and games and start to realize there's a ship-ton more room on this tiny device. You sweep in several thousand more vids as well as the entire contents of the school's Learningpedia. As you slip the unit into your pocket, the Congruence console above you suddenly flickers and lights up. I do not have the persuasion. What are you doing in here, Selene? I came to see you. I did get +1 persuasion for that, bringing my persuasion to 3. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. Look at you go.
You chat for a bit, then she tells you to get out before you get into trouble. She seems to be lonely. Can an artificial intelligence get lonely? It's something you've never really thought about before. Ha, I caught a typo. You guess she must miss Professor Hal quite a bit. Yeah, I miss Professor Hal quite a bit too. That was unexpectedly touching.
Did you get the data though?
I did get the data though, yes. The next time I see Sim, I'm sure I'll have new options.
I don't think it's something that you can fail, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, now, empathy. I believe there was one that was giving me 2 empathy over here. No, it wasn't this one.
No, I don't.
Colony food supplies, 160%. Excellent. You're welcome. That was very much me.
Colony security rating yellow.
70%.
It's worth it to get that higher.
Yeah, I agree.
Which does require you to go hunt him.
Yeah, but not right now because I have high stress. Do I know anyone whose birthday is coming up? I don't think I know anyone whose birthday is in the quiet. I don't suppose there's a calendar.
Where are your animals for animal training?
They're all at 3.
They're both at 3? Okay, that's good.
Which I'm pretty sure is the max, right?
3 is the max, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go... This is just the quarters, right? Right. Help in the kitchens gives me the 2 empathy.
Photophone is creativity.
Yeah, I think the +2 empathy is what I'm going for. Back in space, cooking involved programming ration machines and putting dishes in the lasermatic dishwasher because water was too precious to clean dishes with. That's fair. But now you're growing more real food and trying to figure out how to cook with it. The cafeteria kitchens are bright and full of good smells. There's always something baking or boiling or frying. You take a deep breath and just hold all the deliciousness in your lungs. Chief Steward Anne, antecedent, is in charge of everything in the living quarters. It's a lot of work, but she's good at delegating. She's a big believer in learning by trying. It looks like you're on your own this morning. Don't you worry, though. We'll start you off with something easy. Just press this button and the ration machine will spit out a freshly pressed cake of soy rations. Soy rations.
Hey, if it's what you like, right?
Fair enough. A large pot of brown stew is bubbling away. Here's where the real magic happens. For this stew, we added homegrown veggies and spices, turning raw ingredients into something better just by adding a little bit of work and a lot of love, just like raising children. She's so wholesome. Why do you want to work in the kitchens?
Because I need my empathy to go up.
Because I need my empathy to go up. I guess I like to provide for others then. That's a fantastic reason, Soleil. We need a little happiness around here. If you need help, I'll be around the corner, or you can ask Congruence, of course. We'll get +1 organizing, which is nice.
That's always useful. You could always use more organizing in your life.
Apparently, people seem to like my food. Maybe I'm cut out to be a chef. Maybe. 10 kudos if the total equals the goal.
Solid.
So, what do we have here? A lot of 5s. A lot of 4s.
There's that 6 as well.
So we could do a big long straight. That's gonna bring you up to like 5, right? And then 6. Do I have a thing that turns something blue? I do.
That's always useful.
This is not... Then again, I want it to equal the super goal, right?
Right.
There we go. Heck yeah. 19 kudos. Definitely, we're gonna have to rest pretty soon.
Yeah.
Mid-quiet into late quiet. The cat wants to get into my room.
She does. She's been screaming.
Okay, 1 sec. Come on in. Now she's doing that cat thing where she's standing in the door and not sure what to do because all she really wanted was the door to be open. Okay.
How dare you have the door shut?
And now that it's open, I can hear myself, like,
I'm
echoing.
sorry.
So I close the door again. No, it's fine. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, what I would really love, if there is one, is a calendar that would tell me when people's birthdays are, so I don't have to check with them all individually.
Well, you can always, like, if you go into the heart menu, you can click on them that way.
That's also true.
Because that'll be faster than walking around in a circle.
Okay, wet, that's right. Early wet, Tammy's dead. I keep doing that. I keep forgetting and clicking on her.
It is faded out, so like you could hypothetically know.
Yeah, but I click automatically. I have no idea when Sim was born. He probably uses an entirely different calendar anyway, and I don't care about Vase at all. Okay. I need a break soon. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think what I need to do is figure out... I'm almost full friends with Dis, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take my break on the tower.
Okay.
To get the
that's a good idea.
To get the extra Dis friendship, but I am not going the right way for that. Is it outside? Or
Um,
is it the military
it's
area?
it's at the garrison, yeah.
Yeah, relax on the walls, which gives me friendship with this. Not doing anything, just. Oh, you use the relative isolation of your hiding place to peruse some of the recently unlocked adult entertainment on your holopalm. What? It's not like you're doing anything, it's just pretty interesting stuff, is all. Great articles.
Wow, that is some big I
That's.
read Playboy for the articles.
And I got one friendship with this. And now I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling a little bit happier. It's early pollen. We gotta go celebrate our dad for not being debilitated right now. Hi, Dad. Doesn't have time to chat, but at least he's not sneezing his face off.
Hey, look, small victories, right?
You're also busy, which makes sense. Early pollen is planting season, I believe.
Yes.
But now I have lots of new stuff to give. Does this interest you? Medicinal root. You're welcome.
Remember, his sister also likes medicinal roots.
You like the red Zeno eggs. Do I have one? I don't. I'll wait.
You could try seeing what else she likes and give her something else.
Vase, you can have the device. You're welcome. Jackass.
I hate you, you suck. Him do sucko.
Now the cat is in the closet making loud noises.
As is her prerogative.
You're welcome. Ooh, we have a thing. Okay, Tank, come on, think. Oh, Selene, hello. I'm in the middle of running simulations on genetic diversity over the next few generations. You're welcome to see it. It will affect all of us, most likely. We have an unusually high amount of hereditary heart disease, no matter how you slice it. Luck of the draw, we've lost quite a bit more genetic diversity than the original geneticists of the Vertumna Project anticipated, and that's not even counting those unwilling or unable to reproduce. It's possible to steer the ship out of it, so to speak, but it'll take some purposeful breeding choices for at least 5 or 6 generations. Can I verify your data? It sounds crude, but the colony will need to accept a certain level of oversight in this matter if we intend to survive, genetically speaking. Artificial insemination of material from Earth donors, even in love matches, for example. It's terrifyingly complex, isn't it? Imagine this process happens all the time naturally. Why, any sweating beast can squirt a child into the dirt. Well said, Tangent. Well said.
Sounds a little eugenicsy, though.
No, what she's talking about right now definitely feels a little bit eugenicsy. I'm just assuming that her goal is survival and not, like, breeding from certain traits.
Yeah.
I think all she's going for is genetic diversity, not like selecting for specific. I mean, that's what eugenics is, right? It's artificial selection for humans. And I don't think that's what she's doing. I don't think. At this stage in the game...
I think she's trying to, quote, breed out the problems, like, heart disease. But, like, who knows what those...
It does sound a little eugenics.
Genetics is a slippery slope, and it's a reason I didn't become a geneticist.
But yes, does anyone... and the very last thing she says... It's not as if sharing genes with someone guarantees you'll be a strong family unit. Does anyone really like their parents? Does sound a little eugenicsy. But, Selene, surely there's a middle ground between eugenics and everyone dying of preventable genetic diseases, especially at the first critical generations. And that's, again, kind of the point, right? We do right now have CRISPR technology that we are attempting to use right now specifically to get rid of certain genetic diseases that nobody wants.
There's also some people who are using it to do eugenics.
Right, which is different from saying only people with a certain IQ, which isn't a real thing anyway, get to breed. Right? There is, I think, I agree with Tangent that there has to be some sort of middle ground. I don't know where it is, but I'm going to go with I guess on this one. You don't have to guess. I know that's literally what I'm here for. That's fine. As for my
That
own
is, it is
family,
her one job, yes.
I feel no allegiance to them based on blood. If I had no family at all, that would be acceptable. What about Dis? Dis is awesome. I'm ashamed we're even related. Literally, all he does is go out on expedition and talk to trees. Who even knows where he is right now? I could probably find him. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's standing in the colony right now. You mean the depressed drunk who died when I was a kid? Oof. No, not at all. If it wasn't for Chief Steward Anne, I probably wouldn't even still be alive. Do you want kids someday, either from a genetic... Well, I mean, obviously she's going to want to reproduce because she feels like she's genetically very viable.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I'm not entirely certain I can bear children. There must be limits to my gene-engineered body. I certainly didn't
Because
experience puberty.
she's trans.
Yeah, to the extent that Mars did, for example. That's fair. Besides, children would only distract me from my work. The chief engineer never had children after all. I think that's admirable.
But there's another thing here of like there's a pretty good chance that she could give up her genetic material to make a child in the science baby way.
Which seems to be something that she's kind of not pushing for, but kind of veering towards.
Yeah.
In some ways, I'm the child she never had, and she's the mother I wished I did have. We became close when we started my gender affirmation process. It was so obvious then that we were kindred spirits. As I would come in for checkups and observation, we'd talk about the science behind the process. Of course, I showed an interest in it, and Instance fostered that in me. She supported me. Unlike my own mother, who by that point had ceased to find joy in almost anything.
Yeah.
What would I be without Instance? The only things I have in life are what she gave me, not just this body, but my passion, my hard work, my achievements. Without her, I would have nothing. I owe her everything. No matter what Instance does, I'll support her. That is really important because Tangent has always been all about I can do everything by myself. Right? That's kind of always been her thing.
Her flaw,
so
her fatal flaw.
This is a great admission from her, and I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. It's important too for her as well.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have our legacy to plan. Yeah, no, Tangent definitely has the capability to go full mad scientist. Like, there's no getting around that.
Tangent is already full mad scientist, actually. She has the capability of also becoming an evil mad scientist.
Okay, I don't have any Xeno eggs yet. You like crystals. Which I have just absolutely
Mars also likes crystals.
Mars also likes crystals. I got a log for you. And a hug. Hey, it's his birthday! Excellent. Okay, now we know. You remember my birthday, and you brought me the perfect thing to build my bar, and now we get some dialogue. You spot Rex sitting on the second floor of an unfinished building, his feet dangling over the edge. He waves at you and gestures you to come sit next to him. Hey, Selene, he says, shooting you a tight smile before looking back over the rest of the colony. From here, you can see the garrison soldiers marching around the Foundation with Vase at the head. Rex watches them with an uneasy expression. What is it? Did Nomi fall down the well? Oh, there's no way Sol would know that reference, but we're saying it anyway.
No, they have to, like, Earth vids and stuff.
Yes, but even in 2025 Earth, the number of people who actually know Lassie these days...
Well, the thing is that a lot of the vids that they have aren't modern day vids because they've been in a space station for so long. So they might have actually had that one.
You have one more surprise up your sleeve. You open your bag and pull out the dust melon you've lugged over from the canteen. Again, all the guys here, just feed them and they're happy.
It works. It's like in real life.
Rex tears into the soft rind of the melon in his fingers and splits it between the two of you. You watch Vase bark orders at the other young soldiers. Now, see, I wish I had a third option here, because I don't like either of these, but of the two, I feel like what Rex wants to hear is mindless drones. Not all of them. Some of them are pretty nice, but everyone in the Helio listens to Vase, you know? And he doesn't like me, and that means I've always been an outsider whether I wanted it or not. Yeah, that's fair. They're friendly to me, I guess, but it's not the same as having friends. Not like you or know me. It's fine, though. You don't have to like someone to hook up with them. I kind of like being the one everyone comes to if they just want to have a good time. Interesting. What's the deal with you and Vase? It's kind of a long story and not a fun one. I'd rather not drag it up, and I don't have the empathy for it. And honestly, I don't know that I'd pry anyway. Yes, I would absolutely pry.
There's a great thing where if you talk to Vase about Rex, he loosely calls him a fuckboy.
I mean, it's not wrong.
I mean, it's not wrong, but
And
it's
not in
also
a negative,
like,
not in a negative connotation.
like, but Vase definitely uses it like a slur.
But yeah, it's obvious that Rex really wants to be friends with Vase and really wants to be probably more than friends with Vase, but
I don't think that's it. I think because I've played it a couple of times. I'm pretty sure that Rex and Vase were friends at one point in time.
right, because Rex came down with the Helios. I forgot about that.
Yes. They were friends and something went wrong between them at some point in time.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of it is Rex being like, he was an okay guy once.
Yeah.
But
I've definitely gotten that impression.
Life happened to him.
And Emily and I don't know each other very well, probably because Vase is telling her all kinds of lies about me, but I'm a little scared for her, She doesn't know what she's capable of. That's true. I mean, I think she does know what she's capable of. I don't want to waste my day thinking about Vase, though. Not when there's friends to talk to, a whole world to explore, and dust melon to eat.
Hell yeah.
And baths to have, I guess.
I guess.
Okay, so...
I love how, you're 17 or whatever, however old you are, and you're like, actually, I could start working at the depot now. We're getting, 4.5 credits.
Just making sure I've talked to everybody, which I'm pretty sure I have now.
You have.
Wait, Cal?
Ooh, wait, don't give Cal anything this month.
Why?
Because we don't know when his birthday is yet, and we've already given him something at the beginning of...
right.
pollen.
Okay.
I don't remember if it's middle pollen or late pollen.
Okay, still need empathy. Yeah. Toughness is really close, but again, there isn't anything that directly does toughness. Engineering
is on the edge.
But Survey the Ridge has not popped yet.
Yeah, and the events respawn in quiet. So,
animals combat.
Doing the hunt in the swamps thing, there is a pet in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think hunting's the way to go because that's also going to help out with security, right?
Yes.
And I don't want more people to die.
Don't want more people to die, and there is a pet available in that area at some point. I don't know how many times you have to go through it, though.
Be careful, hero. I'll keep the colony safe while you're gone. Gross. I'm counting on you. Keep the home fires burning. I'll be back before you know it.
You gotta understand that saying, hey, I'm going into danger too is a great move, but it's also the worst one.
Yes.
That is an excellent move, but it's also bad.
Oh, please, I could do this solo. Isn't that right, yeah, me? Well, maybe I should come with you someday, watch your back. Honestly, I think that it would be awesome to have Nem out here with us. But of course, he goes straight to, you think I can't handle myself?
Yeah.
No, babe, I just want to be with you. That's it. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, this is not a healthy relationship.
Hey,
that's
remember
more
how
like
there's
it.
content
God.
warnings about abusive relationships?
Yes.
That one.
But again, this is not the run where I'm going to end up being friends enough with Vase to get him to stop, unfortunately.
Go north.
Okay.
There's usually another item back behind, and we should talk to that one.
I'm definitely gonna, but I was gonna go around looking for items pretty exclusively first. That said, sure, I'll get this one.
But he has little hands.
It's a Unisaur. It rubs up against a Gloop Willow. Until it suddenly is. Oh, I'm standing my ground this time. I ran away last time, but we're doing this thing. Yeah.
The children are screaming. They want love.
Okay, let's see. Actually, no, I'm going to save that for the last round.
Yeah, that's a good one for the last round. That was weird.
What was weird?
Oh no. So, okay. The four that was weird.
Oh,
One.
yeah.
Okay, put that at the end. That one. Yeah. And then put the value is wild next to it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Although, I was kind of going to use the value is wild to make a big long straight next time.
True, but the value is wild will make the other one be 10 and count as both 4 and 10.
True.
Like, it'll only give you 3 points by itself, but that still will give all the bonuses of, like, a thingy.
Now, the thing is, this is going to move things up, right? Nope, there we go.
And then the 6 is going to get an additional plus 4 or 5. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey.
Nailed it.
Look, it's not all the way up, but it's straight on the money, and that sometimes gives you kudos.
And I got 2 friendship with Ace. You and Vase explode out of the brush, matching the Unisaur's energy. It rears back in surprise at your intimidation tactic. You take a knee and fire your rifles. And then it takes off. Damn it, almost had it. I know that...
You see a...
Go ahead.
Oh, it said if you see a white one, like a white Unitar, that's the pet.
Gotcha. Alright, well, let's talk to this one. Okay. Oh, it looks like they've been lying in wait. Clever girls, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
That one's locked. Okay, so this is going to bring that up to a 6, right?
Yeah.
And then I could like 6, and then 6, and then 6. And that'll get us to the super goal, which is all I really care about.
Look, the super goal is important because you get the extra XP.
Yeah, we're up to 86 combat.
Yeah.
You kill one, the other runs off.
And then an additional 2 there.
Yeah.
Super strength perk?
I don't see it around my thing. Is it a perk because of my... Because of one of my skills?
No, super strength is one of the, you're, like, if that's an augment, super strength.
You cut it open and its organs just don't make sense. They're just jumbled in there willy-nilly. I remember about this. I've definitely cut one of those open before. Alright, we're looking for items and animals. I did see a manticore over there, so I think we'll go and hit that up. I'm gonna pretend I don't see Sim. You carry on down the only path through sticky goop willows until it finally opens up into a clearing. It was getting pretty claustrophobic in there. Boom, manticore, let's go.
Hell yeah. Spying on a friend?
Say what?
The Dilly Pillar one gets +5 on 3rd stage challenges.
Yeah.
So it might be worth it to not have that in there. Like I understand the vibe, right?
I'll do the four,
To
five, six
want to
instead.
have
98 is a
yeah.
lot, though. That's the thing.
98 is a lot, and having something that'll make it be an 11.
To get the three fives. Using
Yeah.
Vase's confidence to actually help out. Okay, 33, and then, yeah, like you said.
It's an 11. There's a 9 there. Um, yeah.
Probably not the
Solid.
best, but I got the super goal. Pretty close to the
Yeah.
best, though. Okay,
There was
another
that you
four
had a
combat.
6 that could have slotted in without wrecking everything.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get to combat 100 on this day. I think
That is a
we're
rad way to deal with things.
we're picking it up fast enough to where
Yeah.
you're taken by surprise, but it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of killing them before they can kill you. You can tell from the corpses these manticore were young and underfed. They were probably desperate to want to try to take out you and Vase. They're beautiful in a way when they're not trying to eat you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. All right, what do we got up here?
There's still more in this zone to go through.
Yeah. Well, my stress is pretty low still, so I'm good.
True.
Vase has been looking around for something to fight. He doesn't want to wait while you enjoy the scenery or whatever he thinks you're doing. He scouts on ahead. Muckwalkers! Fight them!
Fight.
I got two telling of violent tales.
Love a good telling a violent tale.
Neighbors become wild and value is wild. So this is probably a good one to stack at the very end. But this one's also value is wild. So we
Which
can...
is great for like if you need to fake a straight or fake a like pairs.
Yeah.
Putting the yeah, that would work because that'll fake a straight.
Yeah. And now we only need 20.
I'm gonna hit 20 with no problem. That makes it a 7 if it's the only
If it's the only blue card.
it's
Yeah.
not gonna be the
It's
only
not
blue
going to be
card.
the only blue card.
Um
So I'm looking at the neighbors becoming wild, right?
yeah.
And trying to line something up like that. Because now it's... Yeah, okay. And then if I go there... And then I go there. 62 possible. But hey, again, got
Yeah.
the combat. We're up to 95. In their clumsiness, the muckwalkers seem to more likely to crush or drown you than actually eat you. You kill one, the other slivers off. Vase is like, "Aw, you have all the fun." But yeah, let's. Again, I'm going through stress slowly enough to where I don't mind. Giant lily
You can
pad.
just jump over
Jump
it.
over it. Which gives me a couple of toughness, which I
It gives you the
believe
toughness that we're looking for.
pushes me up to... Yes, excellent. Update basic cards in the Garrison Gym.
The basic cards are like the very very first ones you had at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
So like the one that was like learning language.
Okay,
So
so
that
we're
one
gonna,
it might not be super useful for you anymore.
we're gonna try to befriend this one.
Yes.
But that didn't work, so we're gonna fight it.
Vase, you gotta stop. Let me do my job, Vase. God damn it.
I want to screenshot this one. Hold on, I'm gonna screenshot this because you see how I'm making a straight out of the three, like two
Well,
of the
that
three
one's
guys
Sim,
that are
I
like,
think.
yeah, that's Sim and then Cal. Yeah, I love it. Okay, Let's see. That could be very large. And we've got another wild. So, like, if we put you here, and then any kind of blue over here. Actually, the wild isn't necessary. It would be something more like that. And then finally, just 8.
It's gonna be so hard, though.
I know. And I've got the plus 11. Got pretty close. 59 was the best, and I just kind of did that off the top of my head. And I got to combat 100.
100, which gives you additional items.
It doesn't even defend itself. God damn it, Vase.
That's so sad.
I'm sick of being spied on. An hour later, you notice a muckwalker watching you from the water. It dives back under when you point it out to Vase, but it's back again. Yeah, Vase does not like that everything's watching us.
There is a very, very funny effect of the fact that the gardeners that you're dealing with are just like, hey, so what if we made a bad at everything robot monkey and sent... you're going back to the...
I'm going backwards. Okay,
entrance.
Good to know. See, this is the thing that I do. I forgot that I was going north to south. Mushwood.
Mooshwood. Schmooshwood.
Obviously build a bridge. Plus
Hey,
2
yo,
engineering. Heck yeah.
Did you just hit it?
I think I did.
New cards in the perk shop.
Awesome.
Is that 3?
I think I got 3 perks in this one, not just this one video, but this one like exploration.
Yeah.
Oh wait, medicinal herbs.
Don't do that guy yet.
Okay.
Keep going. Because you're getting to like the midpoint and there's the possibility that some of them will get rough.
Fair enough. Let's go get some items. There is a boss.
Yeah. I would check to see if the other unicorn thing is out there before hitting the boss, but I would definitely do the boss.
There's another boss
There's
over here.
There's 2 bosses. You can do them both. Fuck it.
Alright, well, let's hit this one first. This is the place. That Faceless is still down there, preventing you from exploring the rest of the facility. You'll have to fight it if you want in. Yeah, this is the big one. Once more under the breach. Oh, that's right. We were fighting a Faceless, and we didn't get there. And I forget why we didn't get there. I feel like I'm about to find out.
Yeah. It's a hard challenge. Not an impossible one now.
Alright, let's try it. Screw it. 10 kudos. 94. I can do 94. I've done 94 before.
You've done 94 today.
In fact, I've got a really good 456 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is going to be no problem. I hope. Oh, look at that.
Damn.
Sometimes you just gotta pump one card all the way up, you know?
Hey, if it works, it works. You can make this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just trying to see if I can hit a... I
What
want to
is
hit
the
the
one that
super
says
goal,
plus
right?
3 for each other card with gems?
Probably, yeah.
Nice. Try the 6. Oh, but that has a gem.
It's fine. Got the win. The Faceless is, well, juvenile doesn't seem to be the right word, but it's unfinished, and it shows in its stamina and overall lack of ferocity. You and Vase split up and kite it between you, eventually managing to throw enough drone bullets in it that it falls to the ground, an unfathomably large mountain of misshapen flesh.
Yeah.
You stare at it in shock.
Ooh.
The destruction of the colony is so close to your memories that you can't help but feel a sense of dream even just looking at the corpse of the Faceless. Face nudges it with his foot. We got a pretty hefty Faceless defeat card, in addition to some friendship.
Yeah, that is a pretty hefty Faceless defeat card.
Security Chief Rhett, Utopia, and a medic team just happen to be there. It's fine. Rhett looks down the facility while Utopia takes one look at the Faceless and pulls you into a hug. You doing okay, sweets? Your vitals are looking pretty scary there. We came to give you some backup, that explains it. But it looks like you did just fine yourselves. Oh, look at that thing. This is an incredible find. This facility is very, very old, so ancient that some of the equipment is still buried under stalagmites. But obviously parts of it are still in use. We knew that there were alien ruins on Vertumna and that some were still powered, but this one is functional. It looks like an active cloning facility. Yeah, this is where they're coming from, all right. You explore the rest of the ancient facility. At the far end is a ramp up to a gigantic door, presumably the exit the Faceless would use. There are more rows of cloning tanks of various sizes and states of collapse. The abomination trashed them in its death throes, and the blinking lights are all off now. Even the water in them is beginning to lose its glow. In one tank, you see what might have eventually grown into another Faceless. You sweep your flashlight over its lumpy, misshapen form, like an embryo but as big as a person. Gross.
I hate that thought. It's bad to me.
Utopia calls in a team of surveyors to document everything, then Rhett sets explosives all throughout the place.
Does that give you,
I got a colony.
Shield?
I got a colony defense.
Nice.
When you've returned to the surface, he detonates them. You watch the strange clearing swell, then slump inwards, forming a depression that'll probably in time become a lake. Good work. Who knows how many lives you've saved today. But listen, we're not going to talk about this place, not yet. We suspect this alien tech has just been running on autopilot since its creators left millennia ago. But even so, not everyone's ready to hear about this. Which is fair, because you're not ready to hear about the fact that they're not gone.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna keep going.
Here.
We are going to keep
the other
going.
one.
Because there is another boss. And there's that hop eye. And there's like a giant electric eel that's trying to attract something.
I think you should let Vase zap it.
I'm gonna let Vase zap it.
Silly. I hope it hurts him.
It shoots electricity back at us, so we gotta fight it now.
I mean, you were gonna have to fight it anyway. There's a part of me that's like, you should let Vase zap it because, like,
it makes him happy.
Well, it makes him happy, and also because it shows him that he needs to fucking listen to you.
Oh, look at that. So
That's
many
nice.
wild things makes, like, because all of these are both a straight, because literally everything in this is wild.
Yeah.
This might be the perfect four-hand.
45 is not nothing.
I got so many delusions.
God, I love a delusion.
Nailed it.
Nice. Nice.
You kill it, you think. It sinks into the water, no trophy or any proof. Vase pouts.
Well, because Vase is he wants something, but
Well,
he's
look
bad
at that. It's a
everything.
Unisar corpse just rotting there in the thick muck. Maybe it's the one you wounded. The meat isn't edible, but you figure you could harvest that shining horn. Someone will probably want to study it. I got some kudos. I got this memory. Not bad. I was
Solid.
expecting something bigger than that. I'm going to go find that hop eye.
The boys are crying.
Yeah, I hear them.
They're just so sad. I love them very much, but they're so sad.
I'm just going to get out of their way.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much everything. Oh no, there's that one, right?
Yeah, this is going to be it, probably. Bush bubs. Oh, it's a snap bladder. You've seen nests of the things squirming around and crying out, trying to lure people into their hungry mouths. This one is crawling across the path slowly. You wonder if it's pregnant. These things are a danger to
Oof.
surveyors and could potentially kill someone who fell into a brooding nest. They swell up so huge they can't move anymore and instead half bury themselves and lie in wait. This looks like your speed. You take this one. So
Rude,
if
but
I
okay.
kill it with flare, then I'm sure it'll make him happier with me, right? No, I'm just gonna be merciful. Efficient but boring. Yeah, he wanted me to be showy about it, but like
Yeah.
that just seems crass. All right, back home we go.
Still solid though.
We're in mid-pollen, so the question is, did I ever give Cal a present in mid-pollen? We're about to find out.
Yeah.
No, it is not his birthday today.
So it's late pollen. It's his birthday then.
Okay. 88 stress, it's probably a rest day. And Dis's friendship is at 99, so we're going to go ahead and get that friendship up to 100 by resting up on the watchtower. Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Dis both blow off your responsibilities by relaxing on the wall. Sometimes you talk about stuff, but mostly you just give him space. He shows you his collection of dried flowers and herbs. He says he's big into the idea of neo-traditional medicine.
That makes sense. That feels right, you know?
Yeah.
Dissect a sugar bug.
Yeah, I think I'm good with having both of these.
Always sounds so sad.
And now I should have a new dialogue with... There he is.
Yeah.
You can't find Dis outside the walls, even though the duty roster has him working on the expedition vehicles today. After asking around, one of the crewmates points you to where she'd seen him disappear into the forest just 10 minutes ago. You thank her and set off into the wilderness. You've picked up a few things about tracking after hanging out with Dis for so long, so you follow his trail into the nearby mushwood forest until you hear him speaking calm and slow. Shh, it's going to be okay. Just let me help you. Ooh, it's a wounded Hopeye. Don't worry, I've got you. It won't hurt anymore real soon. His eyes go wide, but he doesn't greet you. Instead, he gestures for you to get a closer look at the Hopeye. Its single leg is mangled beyond recognition from a hunter's snap trap, and it's bleeding heavily. It can only stare up at Dis, defeat in its 4 eyes. It struggles more, then goes still from the exertion, wheezing miserably. Gross. They tell everyone they're humane traps, but humans lie, don't they? They lie all the time. The hunters won't be back to check the traps until tomorrow, so I have to put it out of its misery. That's fair. It is the kindest thing you could do. With a clean cut, he slices through the neck. It tenses, twitching in fear reflex, then goes limp in his arms. It's better to die quickly than to suffer in a trap, but there shouldn't have been a trap in the first place. It's pointless. It was going to die eventually, but not here. It's not natural. It's not the death part that bothers me, it's our vanity. Humans are so afraid of extinction that they'll kill indiscriminately to avoid it. And to be fair, like, extinction is a valid fear.
It is a valid fear.
I don't know that it's a valid fear that justifies all the things that we do to avoid it, but it is a valid fear.
True.
I used to let it control me too. I thought that dying meant living was pointless, but now I know the truth. Life is short and brutal and hard. It's up to us to fill it with as many experiences as we can. Are we going to spend our lives cooped up in the colony, subjugating nature because it strikes fear into our animal brains? Or are we going to go out there and live the only life we've ever been given? We're all going to end up like this in the end. There's no use denying it and letting the fear of it control your actions. I agree completely, honestly. You're probably the only person here who does. That's why we get along, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the smell of death will attract animals right into the other traps. I'm not taking it back to the colony to be stuffed into a recycler. We have to take it out into the woods and give it back to nature. So we'll go out and do a burial. Oh no, we'll find a predator. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, like, you could give it to the earth, but you could also, like, throw it at something that would eat it
Let something eat it,
normally.
yeah. Selene, promise you won't let me end up like that Hopeye. If I'm trapped here, just let me go.
Oof.
Yeah,
It's
well,
fine.
it's
Having
obvious
the-
that this was a metaphor for himself, right? He's obviously
Right.
taking this as an analogy of his own life, and I kind of understand him, although I don't like the direction he's going with it. I understand, like, wanting to go out there and get away from people, and, like, trying to figure out this planet. That makes sense. It's the potential suicidal ideation here that I'm a little bit concerned with.
Yes.
But I promise anyway.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense though with the vibe of his story.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, you should have this. I want you to have it. Oh, it's his pendant. You turn and let him put it around your neck. The pendant is large but surprisingly light. You recognize it as a fragment of unisaur horn, its pearlescent colors shimmering in the light. Thank you. I didn't make it, the unisaur did. I just put it on a cord, but thank you. You're the only person in this colony that I've ever really cared about. I don't know why you bothered trying to be my friend when I was trying to push everyone away. Thank you for sticking with it. You don't know how much I appreciate having a friend here. Oh, Dis, I appreciate you. Listen, I don't know how much longer I have left here. I just want you to know that I want to spend the time I do have with you. Yeah, you are being a bit scary, my dude. Being a bit scary. Okay.
Yeah.
Empathy is our next thing that we want to try to get up.
Yeah. You do, I think, have an increase to your blue skills right now.
Did I already give you something?
So it might actually be worth it to go for like organizing since you have an increase to it.
That's true. Organizing is either working the depot, like you were saying a second ago, but also, isn't there an organizing thing over here?
I think there might also be an organizing thing. I think there is one over here.
2 organizing for xenobotany. Okay, so just that.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna get it in a lot of places because you haven't focused on it already.
Yeah.
You know?
And I believe working for the depot also gives +2 organizing.
But it also gives friendship with Mars and Rex.
Which is a thing that I could use. So yeah, I think we're going to actually go ahead and deliver supplies this time around. You're charged with delivering a special package from Administrator Seek to Chief Engineer Instance. The wrapping is so fancy. Seek must have nano-printed the pretty handkerchief and ribbon specifically for this package, or specially. You can't help but stare, but Seek snaps you to mind your own business and get to work. Yikes, all right. Touchy much?
Jeez.
Tang laughs when she sees you in engineering holding Seek's gift. Again, you try to hand her the package, but she looks at it like it's a stick of dynamite. Interesting. Oh, no, I don't want any part of this. Just go through those doors and give it to Instance if you want to ruin everyone's day. I mean, obviously I'm going to open it. Everyone's acting so weird. You tear away the pretty wrapping to reveal a small wooden carving. It's smooth and warm, and you can see where real tools shaped the wood, not a nanoprinter. Seek must have put a lot of time and effort into it. It's clearly a carving of Instance. Her hard expression is instantly recognizable, even if the rest of her is, naked. Yep, she's sure naked. You quickly cover it back up before someone sees you holding a naked lady doll. Obviously, we're going to destroy it and say we delivered it. We don't want any part of this. You detour through a nanoprinter material recycling room and drop the package in the chute. Whatever it was for, it'll be separated into base molecules and turned into new shoes or whatever. Seek looks excited by your return. Did she like it? What did she say? Oh yeah, it was great. She loved it. Uh-huh. Big fat tip. Love it. I'm sure this will not be a problem ever. God, that was embarrassing. Jesus.
Look, Seek and Instance were an item. They are fighting right now.
That turns it to a 4. Fine. Because of gems, right? Right. Okay.
Yeah, I would move it on the other side though if you're gonna put that in.
Like over here?
No, 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 no. The other blues, so the blues are next to each other.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
I would move it so that you all of your blues would be near each other.
Yeah, I mean, a win's a win.
A win's a win, but like,
Yeah, we got 6 organizing. Oh yeah, so clearly, like, we're picking things up quick.
yeah.
Because we have the gear, enlightened status, clear-minded status. Yeah, we should be.
Yeah, and that's why you should, like, might
For
as
3
well
months,
keep
we should be
pushing
really,
for it.
yeah, pushing that. Yeah, I agree.
So, like, it's worth it to like go do other things, but like, fuck, like, you're here and you can run 6 easy, maybe another one if you can get your mom's card. I don't know if it works on only red cards though.
Ooh, we got new conversations with Mars. You approach Mars, who's deep in negotiations of some kind with Tangent. When Tang sees you over Mars's shoulder, she points and says your name. Thank you, forces of chance and chaos. She's your problem now, Selene. Selene, you're looking hideous today, darling. Luckily, I'm doing makeovers and fashion advice free of charge.
Do it.
All right, that's a thing we're doing now. Come with me, I've been working on these designs for weeks. They're fresh off the printer, and I'm dying to see how they look on a regular person like yourself.
I love her. I love her so much. She's perfect.
My first fashion line is all about dressing for the seasons of autumna. Yellow and angular for dust, airy and pink for pollen, stuff like that. If we ever make it back to Earth, I want to be known as the visionary who brought Vertumna home. You know what? I'm playing along. Let's go. I know. Well, what are you waiting for? Chop chop. Try on outfit after outfit, letting Mars scrutinize your silhouette and bearing. She seems genuinely focused on how the clothing performs. I think the glow jumpsuit is the winner. Go ahead and put it back on. Then we'll do your hair and makeup.
Okay, glow jumpsuit, solid. Flashy. You gotta go flashy with a glow jumpsuit.
A day look. A day look or something more bold for nighttime. Yeah, flashy, obviously. Someone after my own heart. One more thing, and the look is complete. And voila. I mean, we're gonna do the flirt.
Flirt, flirt, flirt.
What else would you do for me? Don't even go there. Your nails are wet. If you mess them up, I'm gonna scream. And then as I come out, she's in the middle of doing her usual hair flip. That was great. Rex, hugs time. Also, I got you another mushwood. How are we doing, by the way? We're at 67.
How many mushwood logs have we given him?
A lot.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to count.
Give him an egg. Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
Both of them alive, and it's fine.
Hi, Nomi. How are we doing? 30. But we do get... Nomi is in their usual spot in the lounge, surrounded by their steadily growing collection of body pillows and stuffed animals. I mean, fair. Yeah. They're curled up with their arms around a giant plushy creature and seem to be scrolling listlessly through movies available on the Colony Media Archive. Doing okay, buddy? No, I've been betrayed. I finished all of Maidstalker Ares and it ended on a cliffhanger.
How?
Yeah,
Awful.
been there. I do not have either the empathy or the creativity for this, so I think we're going to be going with Sounds Rough, buddy. I didn't know that the stratosphere had left Earth before her series finished airing. You have every episode except for the 2-parter season finale. Now I'll never know how it ends. It's just not fair that we'll never have any new shows to watch. Yep, sounds rough, buddy. Yeah. I don't suppose. Yeah, unfortunate. I just didn't have the thing. Maybe another playthrough. Maybe.
Maybe another playthrough, but not today.
Your birthday's in the wet, so I have for you the yellow flower that you like. I hope you find it useful. Where are we at? We're at 92.
So close. What? How old are you right now? I can't
18.
remember. It's been 1,000 years.
18.
18. Oof. The end is near. It is Nem's birthday.
Friend, buddy, old pal. If I don't do something a little wild, I'm gonna go bonkers. Everyone's so stressed out, and I feel like I gotta do something extreme. Like I want to strip naked and climb to the top of the colony and scream until someone makes me stop. Like I got bugs in my brain.
Do it.
So I got an
Really
idea,
go.
and I need you to come with me so I don't cower out. Nem leads you by the hand down one of the lesser-used hallways of the garrison until you come to a small room. Inside are 2 barber chairs and a table next to some dangerous-looking but delicate machinery. A stout woman with a buzz cut looks up from reading something on her holopad. What's up, Anemone? Need that side shave freshened up already? No, I want a tattoo. Can you do that?
Hell yeah, girly.
I swear to God, if she says she's going to tattoo Vase's name onto her, I'm going to be so mad.
I don't think she's gonna tattoo Vase's name on her.
The woman gesture, it would be a direct Andrew Tate reference, and I would not be happy. With Andrew Tate, not with the game makers. Because fuck that guy. The woman gestures to dismiss her holopad and pulls out a thick book from behind the counter. You and Nem crowd around it, marveling at the sight of real paper as it falls open to display a selection of tattoo designs.
Paper.
Used to be the only thing I'd do here is buzz cuts and military tattoos, and hair dye for that know me kid. But since we landed here, you haven't been the only person who's come looking for something a little more artistic. Take a look through this and I'll see what I can do. I was thinking, I want something to remind people, or to remind me that Vertumna is my home and that everyone here is my people. To remind me why I fight. I want something to link me to you. Out of everyone here, you're the person who means the most to me. That's adorable. Wait, we could get matching tattoos. Come on, what do you think? I mean, absolutely, yes, 100%. No hesitation whatsoever. You want to get matching tattoos, we're doing that thing.
Let's go.
Okay. Each other's names is romantic. Mushrooms growing out of a human skull is a big no.
I think it's great. I think that's an excellent choice.
Sons to represent the twin sons of Vertumna sounds an awful lot like what she had in mind. Because she said something that reminds me of home, right?
Right, yeah.
I think I'm going to do the twin sons. Yeah, hell yeah, that's perfect. Let's do it. Yeah. You sit down in the tattoo chair and bare your right arm. The tattoo artist / barber transfers the design onto your skin and fires up the machine, which buzzes alarmingly. You and Nem look at it wide-eyed. I guess you kids have never seen Earth Tech, huh? Tattooing's one of the oldest human arts, and there's not too much holograms and replicators can improve on it. The stuff I do here, it reminds us that even when we're out here among the stars, we're still just meat with thoughts. This is one hell of a card, too.
That's a great card, right?
All red cards under 5, because I've got all of those
Yeah,
zeros.
the other ones.
I've got all those wild zeros that could really benefit from this. Anyway, we're gonna tough my way through it. It smarts a bit when the tattoo artist presses the needle to your skin and begins her work, but you're pretty tough. Nem looks a little green as blood wells up around the needle. Now the question is Nem gonna end up having scales?
Oh, yeah, well, right?
Is the tattoo going to trigger her scales? I'm very interested to find out.
I don't know if they're going to bring that up, but I like the thought you had.
It takes about an hour for the tattoo artist to get down to the bold first strokes of your tattoo. Nem holds your hand the whole time. When the artist steps away to stretch, Nem leans in and gasps. It looks so awesome! This is the coolest thing we've ever done. This is galactic. I meant what I said. You're my best friend on this whole rock. You've always been here for me, and I'll always be here for you no matter what, thick and thin. Man, it's dusty in here. It does look like she manages it bravely. She squeezes my hand, but she seems to be okay. Afterwards, you go back to your room to decompress and admire your bravery. Nem flops onto your bed and you climb on after her, careful of your aching arm and your newly wrapped tattoos. Yeah, Vase is gonna flip, by the way.
Vase is gonna have a
He is gonna
goddamn
have a conniption. He is not gonna be happy about this, which is not
He's-
the reason why, but it is a fringe benefit. Even if Vase had not been part of the equation, if Nem had said let's get tattoos together, the answer is yes. But this is a fringe benefit of getting to watch Vase be really mad.
The problem is that you know that she's gonna get in trouble with him.
Yeah, that's true.
About it.
I probably wouldn't have done it if you weren't there, and then I probably would have done something reckless, or even more reckless. I would do anything for you. I know you probably don't like him, but I'm dating Vase. He's a hard guy to love, but when you get to know him, he's not that bad. I wish you'd stop saying things to make him mad at me. See, that's, yeah, like you said.
Yeah.
I wish you'd stop saying things to make him mad at me is classic abuse victim, and it sucks, and I hate it.
It does suck.
Like, if there was a way to get them broken up, I would do it, other than getting Vase's friendship all the way up. Like,
It's not even, it's, you can try it without getting his friendship all the way up. But it does not go well.
right.
The friendship all the way up is where you're like, Vase, you need to get therapy and I'll beat your ass until you go. That's the direction that like friending Vase actually does. It's like, hey bud, you suck and you need to fix yourself, and if you don't, I'll drag your ass to therapy. And I'll put you in therapy, and I'll stand outside the door to make sure you don't escape from therapy that you need, because you need therapy.
We're gonna do more organizing. Oh, although I do need to go out there and say hi to Sim at some point. That'll probably be next video because we are
Sim
at the.
appears in almost every single location.
Okay.
Except for maybe near.
Okay. So next time I'm out, I'll make sure to show him the thing that I got for him.
Yeah.
Come take a look at this. Isn't it wild? It's like our two ships are actually becoming one. Oh, because they're like welding them together? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
not welding, just a scaffolding of mushwood, apparently. It's like a metaphor, get it? The colony and us from the Helio, learning how to work together, how we build our environment affects how we live, you know? What a starry-eyed optimist. I love Rex so much.
God, he's so nice.
You should come by and help me. It's really fun. You get to build things and the construction crew is really nice, and you get to hang out with me. Wait, why not start right now? No time like the present, right? Seek says we always need more workers here. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You help Rex build up hold up part of the wall while he fits a bracket in place. There's a lot of pounding and wiggling to get it to fit, which delights Rex every time he gets to make a joke about it. It's sweaty, rewarding work, and you learn something about engineering while you're at it. So, Lane, where have you been? I expected you hours ago.
I was...
Oh, it's my bad. I asked them to help out. We're super short on hands here, and they did a great job. Seek grudgingly accepts that you did, in fact, do good work. They tell you that you're cleared to help out in construction if you'd like, snidely commenting that you're better suited for manual labor than the job you were actually supposed to do today. Wow.
Rough.
Rough.
Rough. Correct, but rough.
+3 bonus to straights, so that's definitely, and +1 to mental cards, so we're like... Let's see... +4 if stress is over 50. It is not.
I'd put that 5 in.
This one?
The card to the next. No, the other 5.
Oh, the other 5.
But I would put it.
Oh, I see. I see.
Become so, and then I'd put in. You're like, you're 1.
That one there. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then that's.
If you're gonna put that one in, I'd put it in at the end. Personally.
Put this one at the very end.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which end. It like. Just because then it affects less cards.
Yeah. Getting there on organizing. Getting there on empathy as well.
Yes.
This year, Governor
This
Lum's
guy.
ascension to the Vertumnalia stage is heralded by an entire military band, their instruments shiny and nano-printed new. They march out of command in formation, splitting and forming a phalanx at the foot of the stage as Lum takes his place before you. Spotlights turn on with heavy ka-chunk noises, illuminating Lum in a halo of floating dust particles. He spreads his arms wide. "Hello, Vertumna!" His voice booms over the speakers. "Are we winning or what?" The reaction is mixed. You look around, it's easy to see the ones cheering loudest are Helios and people who have adopted their mentality, like Nem. The Stratos are more reserved, some even silent. Security Chief Red is one of them, his usual stony expression hiding his true feelings. Regardless, there's enough cheering that Lum has to wait for it to die down before he continues. "We're killing it out there, people," he exclaims. "Every day we claw a little bit more territory from the savage aliens of this planet."
He's bad and I hate it.
A Watato pod arcs through the air and lands with a broken splort at Lum's feet,
God,
splattering
I
him
wish
with
it hit him in the
juice.
face.
You don't see who threw it, but the faction from Geoponics is looking restless. They begin to jeer and stomp their feet. Lum continues on, raising his fist. "Those Xenos attacked us first, and now they're learning. Don't mess with humankind."
Feel like that's a lie, but okay.
The crowd is now evenly split between cheering and booing. The Stratos are agitated, and you hear calls for things to return how they were and how Lum and his soldiers are killing the planet. Even the council, lined up before the stage and facing the crowd, looks conflicted. "We left Earth to get away from this shit," your dad shouts. "Hell yeah, Dad." And you
Hell
turn
yeah,
to him in
Dad.
surprise. He rarely swears. "Now look at us. We're right back
It is
where we
not a
started,
swear.
fighting each other and the planet. We brought it with us." Utopia hops on stage and routs her own hearspeak through the speakers. "He's lying," she yells bitterly. "This year we lost 2 surveyors in the swamps, Sorrel and Quinny. They'd be alive today if Lum hadn't sent them to clear out a manticore den for no good reason." She jams her finger against the governor's chest. "The only threat to our colony here is you." Hell yeah, Utopia. Lum's smile doesn't change, but his eyes go cold. He snatches Utopia's hand and calmly, slowly crushes her hollow palm crystal with his thumb. You can hear the crunch of the bones of her hand before her feed cuts out. Utopia yelps as her knees buckle with pain, her bravado gone. She holds her broken hand to her chest and is too shocked to resist when Lum shoves her off stage. The crowd is stunned into silence as well. Lum clears his throat and approaches the end of the stage, looming tall over the council. "Thank you for your input," he says icily. "Your concerns have been noted." This isn't the buffoon Lum presents in his daily holo vlogs or the nuisance he is when he visits a work site. You see something in his eyes you've only caught glimmers of before. Hatred. "You Stratos are lucky we didn't crush you under our boots and take your colony by force," he sneers. "Before we got here, this colony was doomed. You're only alive because I was merciful. Just a bunch of burned-out hippie fugitives. What was your plan for surviving out here? Wishful thinking, singing songs, and talking to animals? You need us, not the other way around. I'm done pretending I need to listen to your opinions. If you want to live, you'll do as I say." Wow. He stares at Dr. Instant, who glares up at him with hate in her eyes as she tends to Utopia's hand. "Maybe it's time to clean house," he threatens. "We need team players here, ones who share one vision for the future of Vertumna." After a few tense moments, Seek clears their throat. Sir, shall I continue with the traditional formalities now?" Lum scowls down at Seek and throws his hands into the air. "Whatever. Do it if it makes you feel better. You're all cowards." He turns and stalks off the stage, his marching band scrambling to follow him with his exit song.
Yep.
As promised, there are no contests this year, but there's plenty of food and alcohol. As the sun begins to set, the Helios, including Vase and Nem, head straight for it and look ready to party into the night. The other teens seem a little less at ease. Dis, quite predictably, has already left.
You should go find Dis.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go hang out with him a bit. You don't find Dis on the walls or in the robotics lab or in any of his usual hiding places. Not even Congruence can get a read on his location, which means he's probably outside. You creep up on Sim and Dis meeting in secret outside the colony walls. Trust me, Dis, I'm not concerned, Sim says, his hand resting on Dis's shoulders entreatingly. This planet is in no danger of being subjugated by humans. You don't get it. They're really serious. They're going to use bombs. You've seen bombs, right? Explosions? What if they cut down every tree or poison the rivers or... I forget sometimes that you're so human. You are stuck in time, unable to see beyond the next 100 years. Even if your species manages to wipe out all life from this continent, we will simply bring it back again. It may take 20,000 years, but this planet will outlive you. Dis knocks Sim's hands away. Why are you always so calm? Other gardeners aren't like this. Other gardeners know that humans are dangerous. Dis.
Oh.
Yeah. Now we're seeing Dis kind of hitting the other side of the pendulum, right? Like...
Yeah. Well, his rebellion's all the way up, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm not like other gardeners. Not anymore.
No.
Just like you're not like your humans. I just wish you'd let me help. No, we're definitely going to get involved in this. You let yourself snap a branch, and Dis leaps away from Sim with a guilty expression. Hey, Selene, I guess I should go back now, huh? No, I was actually just hoping to get in on the conversation, but I guess maybe I should have left you two alone. You and Dis sneak back into the colony as the sun sets, dodging Vase and his reveling friends. They've somehow wrangled themselves a live trippet and are in the process of skewering it to roast it over a big bonfire. You hear its dying squeals from here, and shortly after that, smell the sweet charred scent of it roasting over the flame. Ugh. I hate this place. Sometimes I wish everyone would just hurry up and die. Well, that's kind of what Sim was saying, right? They are going to, and so is everybody. And when it comes to relative time frames, literally time is the great equalizer, right? Like all Sim and the gardeners have to do is let the colonists live themselves to death.
Yeah.
The week after Vertumnalia is one of the hottest since you landed. You're supposed to take time off for a much-needed break, but it's just so humid and awful, and tempers are short. Shortly after the festival, you start seeing graffiti cropping up everywhere. It seems that a lively, if not particularly civil, conversation between the two factions is being held on the flat surfaces of the colony. Lum announces a zero-tolerance policy for political graffiti, but you notice that not every tag is being removed, just the ones against the war, of course. The atmosphere in the colony is oppressive. That's a good way of putting it. As thick as the choking dust heat itself. Everywhere you try to relax, people just want to talk about the war. To make matters worse, the sweltering nights are making your nightmares intense again. You return to work feeling much more stressed than before.
Now, we normally do a cut here.
Yes, well, we're almost at the 2-hour mark, so we're definitely doing a cut here.
Yeah.
Also, that's the thing. These years aren't just getting longer, but they're getting much more emotionally intense. So I do need time in between videos to be like, okay, I'm shaking that off.
Let's just have a breather.
Because, yeah, like, there's a line that's been crossed here, right? Lum engaged in his first act of physical violent cruelty, which really escalates everything, right? The fact that he did that and he did it in front of everyone, and the fact that Utopia is universally loved, at least on the Stratos side.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I don't know if it was a mistake because he got too hot, or if he was planning on going mask off at this point anyway. I don't know, but
well, he's been in control for what, like almost 3 years?
It's been almost 3 years, yeah, 2.5, I think.
So I mean, let's look very carefully at, like, I don't know, some real world examples and be like, about 3 years is about what it takes.
Seems
before
about right.
A politician starts going mask off.
Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and publish this. As usual, it may be a little while before the next one, although I don't know. We'll see. I've got summer break coming up in about a month, so we'll see. Maybe I'll be able to start finishing these up. I feel like it's likely we're going to end up going through the game more than once anyway.
Yeah.
So, regardless, anybody who's watching, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.